So it's been some days since I posted the video where I asked the developers of Crossout to actually do something. And you know what, guys? I think it's safe to say that they actually might have just done what we asked for. They provided. Let's break down what has happened since my video, what we now know about the future of Crossout, and kind of my thoughts on all of this thing back and forth with me and the developers, and my intention with making the first video that I made, which was called Dear Devs of Crossout, do something. And because the video has been absolutely amazing, you guys have been liking that video, commenting on it, watching it, and it's probably been the most successful video that I've made for YouTube so far, considering the amount of likes and the growth of the video, considering the period of time that it's been out. So I just wanted to start this video by a massive thank you to the entire community, because we did this together, and this is fully like something that we can say that we achieved together. We actually, I feel like, at least I hope and I like to think that our actions with that video and with the fact that we actually tried to reach out to the developers have helped us along our way with our mission of getting more info about the future of Crossout. So let's start out this video by looking at where we are right now. And basically what we can say for sure is that after I posted my video, I went to Twitter and I reached out to the developers, and I posted the and just a generic question of, please listen to what the community is trying to tell you. I posted a link to the video, and I tagged Gaijin and I tagged Tajim Games in the post on Twitter, and I woke up the next day, no reply, and that wasn't really a big surprise to me. I didn't expect that. But during the following day, I actually ended up getting a reply from the developers on Twitter, and I gotta be honest, when I saw this reply, I was so upset, because I literally could not believe the fact that the tweets just stated what it stated. Thank you for your useful feedback. We hope you enjoy the next Crossout patch. This could and did seem at the time super ignorant, and was like, okay, they practically didn't bother at all listening to what I tried to tell them in the video. Thinking about it, it actually comes to my mind that they might have actually enjoyed the video, and it was just, you know, their way of trying not to engage and keep the style that they have been keeping, but acknowledging the fact that there was a video. At least that's how I like to see it, because again, I fully respect Tajim and I respect the developers. It's not easy being a game developer. I think I can say that much, even though I am not one myself, but I can see it from their point of view as well. It's hard pleasing that many people at once. It's literally impossible. But nevertheless, we ended up actually talking to each other, which is massive progress in my opinion. So, and I mean, again, achievement by the community. This is your trade, this is your, you know, work. If you haven't given the video that much attention, then I don't think any of this would have happened, to be quite honest. Where does this put us? Well, the matter of fact is that the day after this video, I got the reply, and the following day, we actually ended up getting one of the biggest looks into the future of Crossout that I think we have seen. We've often seen developer blogs, but they haven't discussed a lot. But devs have really opened up a box with a lot of goodies in it this time. So this one goes out to Tarjun. Thank you so much for actually sharing the future with us. Now, I also want, on top of this, say that I think that this should have been done way earlier. You guys have had many opportunities to do this. You guys should have seen it coming, that, you know, there would be a lot of unhappiness with the Night Riders patch. So in my opinion, what you guys should have done is just maybe, you know, put those two things together, actually, you know, show us that the Night Riders is coming, acknowledge the fact that it's not the greatest Night Rider there have ever been, because I think even you guys knew that, judging from the replies that you gave as developers to people on the forums who were not really happy with it. Why not just open up the bag for the fact that there was coming a new faction? Tell us that, you know, when you share the news of the Night Riders, and say something along the lines of, then this Night Riders patch will be small because we're working on this massive update, and we can tell you that there will be new weapons, so we can tell you that there will be a new faction, we can tell you this, that. You guys had many options, so just let us in a little bit. That's all we're asking for. And look how you turned it on a dime like this. People are no longer as unhappy. So I mean, you guys did it right. Just invite us into this entire discussion. That would have been so amazing if you guys had just done that at the beginning. But nevertheless, we ended up getting this great reply, and we've also just gotten another update today that talks a bit about how the new faction is coming, and how the new map will be mass tested next week. So already next week we can begin looking at the new map, which I am personally super excited for, because it brings in a new mechanic, which is these geysers which will explode and then they will lift up small cars. So I'm excited to see how physics actually work on that thing. But I feel like it would also be appropriate to actually then try to talk about what's going to happen with the game now, because, and maybe give my thoughts on it, because now we actually provoke something. So why not talk a bit about what is actually going to happen? Well, multiple things have been announced. First of all, we're going to get, let's take things on a timeline here. So let's start around Christmas, where we know things will happen. It seems like we're going to get like this kind of daily reward depending on which day of Christmas we are at, where you can get multiple different limited items. They mentioned police lights, so I don't know if they're referring to the ambulance light or if we are actually getting the police light that I think is PS4 exclusive. Because we have the pandemic pack, and that is a taxi on Xbox and it's a police car on PS4. So those are definitely different. And it would be so cool if we're going to get some of the PS4 items that no one has gotten so far. And the Xbox exclusive as well, which I personally am so hyped for. And it will definitely be something that will gain me some more interest into the game to see this kind of new stuff. They also kind of teased us with a bit of, you know, that you could get CKs and stuff during December, which is also quite nice. Really excited for that too. And if you want all of this information, it is freely available on crossout.net, so you can go to news there and you can check everything out. I'll leave a link in the description to the news post. So let's see what, if you guys want to see in there for yourself, then you can go click the link and you can find everything that I'm addressing here. But nevertheless, they also spoiled that we are going to get some sort of New Year's event too. I don't know if the Christmas event and the New Year's event will be combined. We're going to have to see what happens on that part. But matter of fact is something will happen, and that is great news. Besides that, we are also looking at a new map, which I just said, you know, that is, I think it's a sequence of multiple new maps. At least last time that the devs talked about new map, I was allowed to tell you guys that there would be, you know, a lot of new maps coming. I was told to tell my subscribers this because we had just had a discussion about when there would be a new map, and then they were like, one of the moderators were like, you know, go ahead, tell them this, there will be many new maps coming soon. So it is something that they're working on because they know it's a huge thing that you guys really want. Hopefully some of these maps will also be implemented into our Clan Wars rotation soon, because that would also bring out some new life if we can start playing on new maps, because honestly the maps that we have right now are getting quite boring, to say the least. But I respect that it's a huge process. Map creation takes forever. That's just a matter of fact, because there is so many things you have to take into consideration with balancing and everything, and, you know, environmental effects. There is so much stuff that I won't even get into it. So that is quite rough. And then I think too, the most exciting news of this entire patch is the fact that we are going to see a new faction. How about that? Which is going to be absolutely amazing. We had this discussion on stream a couple days after I made my video. Actually, the day after I made my video, we had this discussion of what we thought all of this would bring potentially in 2020, because we were discussing what they were actually meaning with a major update in 2020. So we talked about the fact that there would probably be a new faction, and that faction would probably also be the Ravagers, because the Ravagers has been a part of Crossout ever since we got the adventure mode, which is that 6 months ago? I don't really remember, but we got the adventure mode some time ago, and the Ravagers seem to be the main part of that adventure mode. So Ravagers will be the new faction. That is confirmed for sure. They're bringing along with them multiple new weapons. They are bringing along with them probably a lot of new structural parts. From what we know so far, the faction will not work as the faction that we have right now. The faction will be more of a, yeah, I honestly don't know, but it's not going to be what we know of a faction right now, where you grind the usual levels and you get structural parts. They set this themselves. So it's going to be really exciting to see what the faction is, if it's going to be something prestige based, if it's going to be based off of your other, like, what is it called, levels, if it's going to be based off of your engineer prestige level. There's a lot of unanswered questions. Of course there is. We're not in 2020 yet, so they haven't spoiled everything, and I respect that. I don't expect them to just put everything in front of us. At least they have given us the sight of 3 new weapons, which is so nice. So let's see what those are all about. I won't share any leaks and stuff of possible looks of the weapons. You can find this all over again. I still really want to keep just myself in a somewhat good position with Tajin, because we want that tree burger sticker. Yep, we know, guys. Smash like on this video as well, because we gotta get that tree burger sticker, and each like on this video will represent the fact that we want that tree burger sticker. So get going, smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Now, 3 weapons. I think I can tell this much, that the background one looks like something that people have described as a plasma cutter or a disc launcher, something along those lines. And then we have, you know, the weapon closest to the camera on the left there, which is something that might be, I can't really describe what it looks like, to be quite honest. Something, it looks like a grown laser pointer or something like that. It could possibly some sort of a laser pointer that maybe shoots out like a ray of something that'll hurt your build, DPS, damage per second, something like that, a bit like the Sparkworks. And then the final weapon, I can't really figure which one that is, but it is something, so time will tell what it is. I for one am so excited for this, and I just want to say a massive thank you to Tarjum for actually paying attention to your community and doing what we ask for. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy the work that we've done so far, don't forget to join up with the community here, because I'm praying that we can keep this dialogue with the devs going, and we can keep maybe pushing them towards sharing info with us if needed be at another time. Thank you for the amazing support. Until next time, have an amazing day. Bye bye.